Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my loot from over 3,000 legions. I've been killing these for the past week or so in between everything else I've been doing, and I was aiming to make 10 ascension crossbows for this video, and I've done exactly that for you guys. So let's get right into this video and start talking about the crossbows. In order to make a crossbow, you need to spend a key every kill at each of the ascension bosses, and they have a 1 in 50 chance to drop their signet. You want to get one of every signet from all 6 of them, so that's signet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now you can buy a dragon crossbow on the Grand Exchange and combine that with your 6 signets at the guy near the Ooglog lodestone in order to make an ascension crossbow. It also costs 100 ascension shards, but the legios drop those all the time, so it's fine. You can pay an additional 100 shards to turn it into an offhand crossbow too, which is what I do because the offhand sells a little tiny bit better. And then I just sold the offhand on the GE and then used that with all of the loot that I got from each ascension member to find out how much money I made for each one that I did. So my money made will always be the total loot from everything, and then I'll deduct what I spent on the keys and the crossbow. As you can see from this crossbow, the raw loot was 97 mil, but my profit was obviously nowhere near that because of all the keys I bought. Oh, I got an effigy. Should I get Effie Pet to top it all off? Let's go. No Effie Pet. I thought that was a normal signet when I saw it on the floor. I opened up the loot interface and it's white. That's a pet. That's the first pet out of 6. Nice. I'm happy. Wait, that was a corrupted one again. I just updated my spreadsheet and I was like, hey, I got another signet. Let's update it. It's towards the crossbow. And it was another pet. Second pet got, yeah. Hey, we finished the crossbow. Oh, no, that's not even a fit. Hey, it's a pet. Why do I always think it's just a normal signet? I'm happy. I'm halfway through, 3 out of 6. Man, feels bad when you get back-to-back loot beams and neither of them are a signet and they're both a quintus and a quartus key. Yay. Yay! I got rewarded for going dry on the signets. I got the full pet. Yeah. By the end of this, the keys had gone up in price, but so had the ascension crossbow, so I was selling it for a good 91 mil or so, and that's awesome. So now looking at the GP breakdown. I made a spreadsheet throughout my kills of ascensions, and I had the crossbow number 1 all the way through to 10, how many kills it took me, the gold I spent, the total loot from it, and the profit or loss. I'm not going to go into huge details about the money I made in this one because I have a further roundup and breakdown in the next slide. But if you did want to pause the video here to take a look how each individual crossbow fared, I made on 8 of them and lost on 2. And most of the ones I made on made me between, like 30 to 50 mil, so they were great. And the 2 I lost on lost over 30 mil. It just really depends on your RNG, so it's not something you want to do, just go make 1 crossbow, because you could get super unlucky and lose money. But if you're making like 5 or so crossbows, it's actually really awesome, and it makes some good GP an hour. Alright, so now on to the further breakdowns. Before I cover the further breakdowns, I thought it'd be pretty cool to show the total loot from everything over this course of time. I made 920 mil pure GP from the GP drops and all of the ascension crossbows I sold. Then the rest all added up to being over a bill. I made 1,063 million from all of the crossbows sold and then all of the loot over time. Something that really does add up is the Serenic Scales. I had 54 mil in Serenic Scales alone from the Ascension creatures. In this price check, I didn't include any of the keys that they dropped because I just reused those keys and it deducted it out of the costs. So whenever I got an additional Primus key, then I'd use that one and that would be counting as a free kill. And then I just didn't include it in all of the price checks. Anyway, now on to the final roundup and how much money I actually made and how long things took me. Ending this video with a further breakdown. Before people go, oh, you're so lucky, I wouldn't have made this much money at Ascensions and all of that. I wasn't actually that lucky. I made a couple of spreadsheets of my kills to show that I'm not super lucky and anyone could do this, to be honest. As you can see, I have the key type, the total amount used, and the average per bow. Primus is by far the most expensive key, and it was the one I used nearly the most of. Remember, a signet is a 1 in 50 drop rate, and I averaged a 1 in 72 drop rate for the Primus alone. Then I've averaged a 1 in 38 drop rate for the one that's the cheapest key. So the ones I got the most lucky on was the cheapest key, and then the Quintus, which is the second cheapest key. And the ones I got the most unlucky on was Primus, which is the most expensive, and Sextus, which is somewhere in the middle. Every single crossbow took me a total of 317 kills on average, and it should take a 1 in 300 on average. So I was a little tiny bit over the drop rate, so I didn't get lucky at all. If anything, I got unlucky with how many primers I had to use on average. Either way, all the 10 crossbows took a total of 3,173 kills. As you can see in the second spreadsheet, I spent 806.6 mil on this. The total loot was shown in the price checker before, which was 1,063.5 million. This means my total profit was 256.9 mil. It took me 32 hours to get all of these 3,173 kills. This makes my average kills an hour 99. So you can kill about 100 an hour pretty safely with the max skilled teleport. That 256.9 mil profit that I made averaged over my 32 hours was 8 mil GP an hour. Remember, this wasn't lucky, this wasn't super amazing RNG, this was just average loot, if not a little bit unlucky as well. So I would personally say Ascension members are anywhere between 7 to 10 mil GP an hour consistently. Either way, that's it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Give it a like if you did enjoy it. If you have any further comments, let me know in the comment section down below. And until next time, see ya.